What is up, everybody? My name's Nick. I'm going to say Nick today, and I'm here with Paul.
I'll say Paul today.
Paul's going to say Paul today. No celebrities here today because they're all dead to us because they never actually make cameos. And welcome back to
I
BromoCast.
sent so many letters and no one has responded.
No one's responded. I even tried to invite Trump onto the show. I didn't. Anyways, welcome back to the BromoCast. This is a very special episode, not because anything special happened, but because for 10 whole weeks, we've been making this show. Now I know what you're thinking. That's crazy! You're goddamn right. So welcome to BromoCast episode 10. How have you been, Paul?
I've been decent. How have you been?
I've been decent. Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
It's been a while since we recorded last.
It has been a while. That's because I pushed this one to Fridays, the last one to Fridays, and then we usually record earlier, but then we waited for the day before. We're good at that.
And, yeah, there's been, holidays since. This is after July 4th.
Yeah, today is actually timestamp the day before The Amazing Spider-Man, so figure that out.
And we had Canada Day.
Oh, yeah, Canada Day that did happen. Yep. It was okay. Okay. But 4th of July was awesome.
It was, yeah.
Did you do anything on 4th of July? Anything fun at all?
Well, Mandy's birthday is also July 3rd.
Say what? Happy birthday.
Do the combination thing.
Like lo mein?
What? Lil Wayne?
Never mind. I made a bad joke. Like combination lo mein.
Oh my goodness.
Happy birthday, Mandy. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, Paul.
On the 3rd of July, we went to Oak Fest, which is like a festival in Oak Forest, as the name would imply.
Yeah.
And we went there with Mandy's mom and her mom's boyfriend.
Okay.
And basically this band called Infinity played, and they're like a classic rock 70s cover band.
Uh-huh.
80s, I've been corrected, cover band.
Oh, okay.
So this concert, it basically had like a bunch of old dudes rocking out like they were young again, and that was kind of fun to watch. And Dan actually got super drunk, and every conversation I had with him became extremely awkward. He told me to get him a beer, so I went to buy him a beer, and he's like, "Go, feel free to grab one for yourself too." I'm like, "All right." So I came back, I gave him his beer, and he's like, "What are you holding?" And I was holding up a Kool Aid jammer. Because I didn't want a beer, I wanted some Kool Aid jammers, you know?
Yeah, I feel you.
It's grape flavored.
Oh, hell yeah. The South Side national flavor.
So yeah, he made fun of me, and every pretty much throughout the night, he kept making fun of me and my juice box.
Well, fuck
Even though it was a pouch, that uncultured swine.
Yeah, I swear to God, he probably almost called it a Capri Sun. You would have had to have slapped him. You uncultured swine!
Speaking of getting slapped.
Uh-oh.
So at one point, I was wearing my glasses at the time.
Uh-huh.
And he decided, for some reason, he was gonna, he held up his 2 fingers to his lips, right?
Okay. That's
then
weird.
just licked them, right? So they were, wet.
Ew.
And then he tried to smear them on my glasses.
Ew.
He was drunk off his ass, so he missed my glasses and just rubbed his fingers on my cheek.
Ew.
And I was so unsure how to feel. I probably just froze in fear. I never had a grown-ass man basically lick my face.
That is so nasty. You don't even understand. I would have cut my cheek off.
I understand, Nick. I completely.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I would have cut my cheek off completely.
Yeah, I was coming close to just ending it right there. My life.
God, that is so nasty. Ugh.
And then there was another time. There was my fault that was awkward again. When I don't know like any music at all,
Yeah, I know.
and at one point Dan just yelled at me, "Why don't you sing along?" I didn't know what to say, so I just started shouting Jingle Bells. And I realized, like, very quickly that's just horrible. And I just froze up and had, like, a mini anxiety attack. And I just looked like an idiot.
Anxiety! My God. Well, you were just like, Jingle Bells! Jingle Bells.
That's exactly what it was like. And then after, like, the second Jingle Bells, I was like, oh, no, I made a mistake.
I've gone one jingle bell too far. Jesus Christ.
What about you? Anything exciting happen with you?
So on 4th of July, ironically enough, I also, well, not ironically, I went to a fireworks show in Elk Grove. But ironically enough, there was also a band there. It was like sort of a concert. I missed the first two, but the last band was there. And because you're an uncultured swine, you probably won't know who they are. But it was the Guess Who. You might not know the band, but you might know one of their songs called American Woman. It's like, American Woman, get away from me. And so I got to hear that live, and that was awesome.
Oh, that's familiar.
Yeah. Lenny Kravitz covered it, I believe.
Minecraft?
Lenny Kravitz.
I was gonna say, it'd be funny if Minecraft covered it with their, like, shitty music.
Boo 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 doo. I couldn't even imagine how it would go.
Minecraft is pretty bad music.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a fantastic game in almost every other way. Music.
It's gonna be even better now that they have the freaking 4K resolution pack coming out, and I'm so hyped. I've never been so excited to get back into mining and crafting in my life. But then after that, well, I mean, oh yeah, I came home and my dad was here, and he didn't go with me. I just went without him because, you know, whatever. No, and so I come back to my house, and then my dad's sitting on the balcony. And he was like, do you have any fireworks? And I was like, no, I don't think so. I think I got lost them all because when I lived in Glenwood, for those of you who don't know, Glenwood is within, like, I don't know, a few miles of Indiana, and fireworks in Illinois technically are illegal to have. So yep. We will drive to Indiana, buy fireworks, and smuggle them across the border like they're drugs. And then... So
and by smuggle, we mean just drive across the border normally.
Yeah, and you never usually get stopped.
It's not like they have border checks between states.
Nope, not really. So I'm like, but you know what? I swear I remember where a bag is. So I went into the closet down by the front door, and I found my bag, my stash. So I have like 2,000 bottle rockets, like Roman candles, the ones that you like throw and then they like spin on the ground and they're like red and greenish. Mm-hmm. I don't remember what those are called. And so we were just sitting on our balcony just shooting bottle rockets off for a couple hours. And and what's funny is we both knew that the apartment complex had signs up that said anyone who shoots off fireworks will get evicted. And we're doing it from the balcony.
And so I'm homeless now.
So now this is on the street. Welcome to the homeless cast. No, but we didn't get caught. It was pretty fun. And that was about that. That was about my 4th of July. Just chilled like that.
I just remembered I didn't actually see what happened on my 4th of July. It's what happened on my 3rd of July.
Oh yeah, that was your 3rd of July.
So on the 4th of July, we went to a party at one of Mandy's friends'
Mm-hmm.
And I think the funniest thing that happened there was, okay, so I'm not really a party person.
Yeah.
I don't like people. I like beer.
You sounded like you were going to say Kool Aid, and then you stopped and said beer.
Oh, I love Kool Aid.
You're like, I like beer.
So I was like, Yeah, and like, so I saw a dog, and I'm like, well, I found how to occupy my time. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And so this party was outside, so I was playing fetch with the dog. The dog would bring me a stick, I'd throw it for the dog would get, you know how fetch works.
A little bit. I have the concept down.
And so I pretty much wasn't really interacting with anyone. And these people were filling a cooler full of beer, right?
Uh-huh.
Like they had all the beer bottles on the ground next to the cooler. And I wasn't really paying attention to them because I don't give a fuck about beer. So I threw the stick, and I didn't realize it, but I threw the stick over their heads. And then the dog went charging right through all the beer bottles and knocked them all over.
Props to the dog for not caring either.
Like,
Were they mad?
I think like 18 beer bottles.
Oh my god, were they mad at you?
I don't think they knew it was my fault.
No, they didn't know.
They just saw the dog run through, and they probably were mad at the dog. I decided, as soon as that dog ran through, I turned around away from them.
That's the way you got to do it. You got to turn your back.
With everyone else. They didn't know it was me, but I'm just sitting there like, oh my gosh, that was totally me.
That's the best way to get out of an uncomfortable situation. Just act like you didn't do it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like I have a story like that. I was in photography class freshman year of high school, and I had a pair of scissors, and I was in the dark room, and it was just me and this other kid. I don't remember his name, but I was fidgeting with the scissors near like the light that you project onto the piece of paper before you develop it, and I decided to cut it. The wire. I don't know why. And I was like, these scissors are weak. They can't even cut through my finger, let alone this wire. And then I snipped through it, and sparks started shooting everywhere. And I just walked away. And the teacher was like, who did that? And I had my hands like all black, and I just have it in my pocket. I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
So awkward. Anyways, continue with yours. I interrupted you. Or unless that was it.
That's the most interesting part. I fell backwards out of a lawn chair once.
That happens sometimes, yeah. Did I ever tell you about the time my dad fell out of a lawn chair?
No, please do.
Okay.
I think you might have, but please do anyways.
Well, he has a lot of times, but here's one instance. One time we were in Michigan, and we were all sitting around the table on the side next to the sunroom where we used to sleep in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and my dad sat down in the plastic lawn chair, and once the lawn chair is plastic, it's almost GG. But the problem was he didn't scoot it up all the way, and there was a little ledge like you had to step up on to get to where we were all sitting. So one of the legs was hanging off. So when he sat down and leaned back, the three other legs broke and he fell. And the funny thing is Michigan, our old summer house, is on a hill. So he started rolling down the hill towards the lake. He fell into those bushes before the sand. And no one got up to help him. We were just laughing.
Oh yeah, of course.
That was the best. That was the best day of my life.
It's like, get out of here, you bastard.
Do you want to tell the people what happened on Thursday night? Was it Thursday night with our fire?
Oh, yeah.
Stupid ass fire. Oh my god.
So Nick and I, we got together and we were hanging out. And we were just driving around in my car. Just for no reason, just exploring the city. And at one point, like, we smelled something burning. Right? And then like 15 minutes later, like 15 minutes later, like way later.
And way far away from where we were.
We know it was starting to get foggy. And since Nick and I smelt fire 15 minutes ago, we were like, clearly this isn't fog, it's smoke. So we drove basically in circles for like another 15 minutes looking for the source of this fire.
There was no fire.
It was just fog. We were just driving around like idiots, rolling down the windows, sniffing the air, and then realizing, wait, this doesn't smell like smoke at all.
It smells like air.
It just smells like fucking air.
This is the trickiest fire ever. My god. That was so stupid.
Decided to disguise itself.
People must have been looking at us like idiots.
Well, it was like after midnight.
Yeah, but a few people drove by.
True. I thought we were high as fuck.
Yeah, probably. The only thing we were high on was adventure. I think you could be high on adventure.
Of course, you had your adventure scarf.
Oh, I did have my adventure scarf. That's the best scarf.
Does the channel know about your adventure scarf?
Did I what about my adventure scarf?
Does your channel know about your adventure scarf?
Hell yeah, they know about my adventure scarf. People are always like, why you wear that nasty ass musty scarf? I'm like, it's my adventure scarf.
Speaking of your channel, I love watching your Pokemon vlogs. How was that?
Oh, that shit was crucially awesome. So we got all the way to Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
And then right off the bat, we started making fun of how tiny the city was. It's like a midget Chicago. Like, literally. I was like, this. And then I was like, wow, look at that building. It's so tiny. And it turned out it was their biggest building. So sad. Well, anyways, the hotel room was nice, and we get there, and we get oh my god, oh Jesus. So we get to the Pokemon thing, and when you pick up your badge, they gave you 4 packs of Pokemon cards, which was pretty cool.
It's for free?
And what was it? Yeah, well, I think it was probably part of the signing up for it, I suppose, because I spent like $15-20 to register. And then, which if you think about it, it's still saving on packs, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get to go and you get the packs. But so I opened mine. I got jack crap, nothing really good. One of my friends got a card that he was able to sell for $40. They had, they have like the people there that buy and sell cards, and they like know everything about it. I was like, oh man, and I was like, how much can I get for these 5 holographics? The guy was like, if you get 4 more, I'll give you $1. And then my friend was like, how much can I get for this one? He's like, I'll give you 40. I was like, what?
It's funny because he's probably lowballing your friend too.
Yeah, probably. Because I
probably
mean,
worth 80.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're not gonna buy it for the amount that it's worth because they still want to sell it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So, but like for convenience, it's like, yeah, give me the $40. I got this pack for free. And so we go in, and I don't really know how to play the trading card game that much. I think the way me and you used to play it was wrong.
Completely wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was completely wrong because the way these people were playing it was not how we used to. And so I only participated
you played it a better way.
Yeah. Actually, the way we played it was fun. I can't remember how. But the only tournament I actually participated in, because I forgot my 3DS, was the Pokken tournament. And it wasn't the actual competition. It was just, they had like side tournaments. So you pay like $5 to $10 and you get in a tournament. And then when you win, they give you like a little ticket, and then you could go redeem prizes. Well, I didn't win. Really any. And I'm going to tell you the kid that I did beat. I might have already told this in one of the vlogs, so I'm going to say it.
Yes, you did say it on the vlogs, but you know what? They can hear it again.
They can hear it again. So everyone destroyed me. The first kid I versed, he completely obliterated me, and then he looked at me. He was like, I don't really play this game. I was like, fuck you.
That's like rubbing it in.
Yeah, Pokemon people are assholes, and then you would not think that.
It's like after, so you were the Charizard, right?
I was the Charizard.
It would be funny if after he played, he like thought he like pretended he thought you lost, and he goes, "Wait, I'm not the Charizard."
I would have been so mad. And then I lost again and again, and then one of the tournaments I got paired up with my friend Rob the first round, and as soon as he said Nick and Rob, I said fuck, because Rob, all he does is play fighting games, so I knew that was an instant loss. I was so mad. And then the one kid that I went to go verse, I was like, have you ever played this game before? And he was like, no. And I was like, oh, me neither. And I was like, I'm going to destroy this fucking kid. And he was probably like 7 or 8. And so we start off the battle, and I saw that he didn't know how to block. And I was like, I'm going to fucking kill this kid. And so I, no mercy, just destroyed this kid so terribly. And then when I won, I was like, good game. Good game. It's my first time playing this game, you know. No. But then I said, I gave him like a little pep talk, like, don't give up, loser. And then I got my 10 tokens, and then the next kid I was versing, I was like, I'm feeling this. I got to win. I might actually be good. So I went in so hard on the next guy, and I got completely destroyed by his Lucario. And I, like, threw my remote towards the TV because I was pissed off. I was so mad. Oh, my God. I'll never forgive that kid. His name was Robert. I'm gonna
fucked up by 2 Robs.
I'm gonna be on my deathbed. Robert. Robert. I hated him, and I could see his stupid face right now. Just picture it. But it was pretty fun. There was a lot of Pokemon. They had like a station where you can draw your own Pokemon cards, which was,
that's cool.
It was pretty cool. Except I drew a penis. That's coming up on on the vlog I'm still making because I have a lot of camcorder footage. All the other vlogs were from my phone. And then I don't know. It was just an overall cool tournament. You should go sometime, like for real. They do it yearly. I didn't bring my 3DS, so I couldn't get the special event Pokemon, but it was an Arcanine this year. But
Is it shiny?
no, it wasn't. I was pissed. It had like extreme speed and something else. I don't remember what its nature was or anything. But I was like, this is gay. This isn't good at all. But besides that, it was pretty cool.
I play like the regular games, the ones in the handheld systems, like the main games a lot.
Yeah.
I play them semi-competitively, and it's always weird when I play my 3DS on the train when I go downtown a lot.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes that entices, which is usually fine, but it always leads to this awkward situation when people challenge me to a battle and I don't know them, because I don't know if they're like casual or competitive players. Because this is part of me, like, I want to win, of course, but I don't want to like destroy them.
Yeah. Because if they're like new to it, you want to at least give them a chance to grow.
Yeah. I don't want to just utterly obliterate them. And I remember once I was sitting in the Dairy Queen playing. I think I was waiting for class to start, so I'm like, I'm just going to go to Dairy Queen, grab some lunch, play some Pokemon while I'm waiting.
Mm-hmm.
And this kid walked up to me. He was probably like 12,
Yeah.
I'd guess. And he wanted to play. And I wasn't exactly sure how hard I should go on him, because he's like, I've been trying to get into like the competitive side of Pokemon. So I'm like, oh, maybe he actually knows a bit. And
because there's kids that are really good at the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I like semi-tried to bring a decent team. Like usually what I do is I bring like half serious Pokemon, half like really joking Pokemon.
Yeah.
And like I find out they are good, I have at least a chance to like beat them. And if they're not good, I can just like derp around with some idiots. And I was really confused like before the first turn even happened, because he said he was pretty good, and then he brought some like super powerful legendary Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm like, so I guess I'm just gonna go try hard for a little while just to see how good he is. And then I went pretty hard like for 2 turns, and then I realized that was a bad idea, and I was at like a huge advantage already, and I can tell he was already like out of it. I'm like, oh fuck, I totally crushed this kid's hopes and dreams.
Jesus Christ. Did you sweep him?
No, I purposely made some bad plays to make it last a little longer.
Ah, okay.
And I think I let him knock out 1 or 2 Pokemon, but
And then you destroyed him.
I just hit him, yeah.
That kid never played Pokemon again.
Oh, I have another story about being bad and purposely being bad in video games and having it backfire.
Okay.
So I have a friend. His name was John, and I went to school with him, and he was having a going away party because after he graduated, he was going to move back to his home state. So he was having a party at his place. And so like this is like after his party. It's like a little after midnight. Most people have left. Only like half the guests are remaining. Those half of the guests are the people who want to like stay and spend the night.
Yeah.
So we were like kind of getting ready to go to bed. And John's neighbor from above in his apartment complex comes down randomly. And she's like, I heard you guys were having a party. And John's kind of like, yeah, but it's over. We're kind of about ready to go to bed. And this lady's like, oh, I'll just invite myself on in.
Oh, God, that's so awkward.
And So she came in and she was like kind of wondering what kind of party we had going on. We were a bunch of nerds. We were just playing, board games and video games, just geek stuff. And she's like, "Oh, when I used to play Mario Kart with my boyfriend all the time, and I kicked ass." And then we're like, "Well, we have Mario Kart. Do you want to play?" And she's like, "Sure." And as soon as they sat down, there was 5 people there total. One of them being that random girl who came in. And Mario Kart's a 4-player game. So I kind of sat out and let everyone else play for a little while.
Yeah. Mario Kart 8?
No, Double Dash for GameCube.
Oh, fuck. Poor her. I know you're good at that game.
Watching them play, I may have found a bottle of vodka. And I may have drank from it. So while I was watching them play, I was just kind of getting drunk. And then my friend John saw I had the vodka, and he's like, "I don't want to play anymore. I kind of want to drink a bit." So he gave up his spot, and I took his spot. But after every game, I would take a shot. And when the lady that came over saw I was taking shots after every game, she would do it with me. And keep in mind, she's I think, probably early, mid-30s.
Okay, so younger-ish.
Younger-ish, but older than us.
Yeah.
And she already drank before she came over. So she's getting kind of, out of it. And she's getting into, very open and sensitive mode where she's talking about, she's just spilling how past relationships have been going and that. And we're just sitting there this is a little awkward and uncomfortable.
Ma'am, I don't give a shit.
So she was getting, emotional, and she was getting a little frustrated that she kept losing in Mario Kart.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm going to let her get ahead of me. And I made this a mistake in 2 different ways. First, since I would literally just stop driving sometimes and just let her go, and then maybe in 2 or 3 minutes I'd pick up driving again. And so to pass the time while I stopped driving, I would just start commentating on whatever I saw in the background. And now my friends know this is normal, Paul. But this lady is just watching me down some vodka, so she thought I was just absolutely wigging out.
Because you're like, "Look at that mushroom spinning."
Well, I think exactly what I said that really started freaking out was I was looking at one of the stages and there was a bunch of flowers with eyes on it, right? And I was like, "These flowers have faces. Do you think they have feelings?" And she's like, "What is this guy on?"
Good question, though.
And so yeah, I've been letting her go ahead of me. So she's usually been getting third every game because my 2 other friends get first and second. I let her get third and I get fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in one game, I was just staying behind her, and I got a double item box. And my favorite characters are the Paratroopa, which is the turtle with the red wings, or the red turtle with the wings. And Mario Kart Double Dash, his special item is the triple red shells.
Oh,
if anyone has played Mario Kart, they know the red shells
homes in on people.
Homes in on the person who's 1 spot ahead of you.
Yeah.
And the Koopa gets 3 of them. And since I got a double item box, I got 3 red shells, and I got a normal red shell. So I have 4 total.
Oh, Jesus.
And since I was in last place, I wasn't really trying to use my items, so I just kind of haphazardly threw them. So I just haphazardly threw 4 red shells ahead of me, not even thinking about the fact that they home. And they all hit her, of course, because she's the person ahead of me. And so she thought I was just lagging behind so I can troll her and grief her with items. And she was trying to get mad at me. I'm like, "No, this is an accident, I swear."
Because you were trying to let her win.
Yeah. So I was purposely staying behind her, but I was forgetting that these items home to the person ahead of you. So, and the reason I forgot about that may or may not have to do with the vodka.
Probably does. Jesus Christ, that's so awkward. I couldn't handle that.
It was super awkward.
Yeah.
It was getting at one point. I think the most awkward time that she caused was that one of my friends, she had like those jeans that are fashionably what do they call it? Decayed, fashionably. Yeah, like like the ripped jeans. They call
fashionably sexy.
Yes.
No, fashionably
Hairs in the
stupid.
legs.
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about though. Like
I know what you mean. With like the rips are already there.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, I just bought garbage.
And this lady, she was looking at my friend, and she's like, "Those are nice jeans. I want to rip them off you." And then my friend just kind of like chuckled, like, "Oh," and then she's like, "I'm serious. I'm gonna rip them off you." She kept saying that periodically throughout the night, and like every time she said it, like the nervous laugh would get quieter and quieter. And then at one point she said it, and she didn't laugh at all. She just like sat there and like stared back like wide-eyed, and that made like everyone sit there like, what's gonna happen next?
Like a fight, or maybe she was gonna get up and actually rip the pants off.
That's what we were thought would happen, but she didn't actually rip any pants off.
That would have been really uncomfortable if she did.
But yeah, that was a really awkward night.
Yeah, I would have just killed myself. I'm not prepared for moments like that. Can't handle that shit.
Can't handle that shit.
Can't handle that shit at all. Like
not one iota.
Nope. Hey, earlier you were talking about something like what were you talking about? Like you had something on you that you couldn't get off. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Did you say anything like that?
I don't think so, Mandy.
Man, I could have sworn. Okay, well, anyways, it doesn't matter because I just wanted to use it into a transition to talk about something else. But
I think you made it up for your transition, you bastard.
Fuck you. Anywho, I watched this movie called Clown. Woo! You guys can watch it. It's on Netflix, so you can watch it. I actually really, really like it.
Oh, wait, yeah. I saw that on Netflix. I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks so terrible. I want to watch it.
It's awesome. It was so good. It's so good. So I've been wanting to watch it for like a year now, but I've kept putting it off. So I finally went ahead and watched it. And if anyone has ever seen Goosebumps, then more than likely that episode of Goosebumps that you saw was The Haunted Mask. There's like a 50-50 chance that one episode of Goosebumps that you've seen in your lifetime was probably The Haunted Mask.
That's probably a fair bet.
It's probably a fair bet. I'd say that's probably one of the ones that R.L. Stine pushed the most. And sorry, Pepsi sip. And this movie was essentially that, but for adults. And it was like a guy who put on a clown costume because his kid's birthday party was up, and the clown that was there for the party had to back out. So he found this costume locked up in the basement of a house he was trying to sell because he was a real estate agent. And he just put it on and came home, and then eventually the costume started fusing with his skin. And it turned out that the costume was like a demon's skin.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and he has to eat like 5 children, one for each month of winter. And then I was like, yeah, because that's how the demon lives. And the demon's Nordic, so he's probably from Norway.
True.
I was like, this is...
It does last like 7 months there.
Exactly. I was like, this is the absolute best movie ever. But like the thing was, he couldn't get the suit off. It was like stuck to his skin. And it was so nasty. That's that.
That's really gross.
It was a good movie. I recommend you should actually go watch it.
10 out of 10 would bang?
10 out of 10 would bang again. Yes.
I'm banging that clown again.
There's even a scene like that where like,
oh god,
where his wife gets on him and she's like, "I'm not doing you like this. Go wash up." And he's like, you don't want to get a little clowny or something?" And then she was like, "No." And then he fell asleep on the couch.
Did you watch Beauty and the Beast, the new one?
No.
Alright, so there was a really horrible line at the end of the movie that really made me uncomfortable.
Did Emma Watson make it?
What?
Did Emma Watson say the line?
Yes.
Of course she
It
did.
made me really uncomfortable.
What did she say? I'm moist.
So, like, you know, like the basic plot of Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yeah, I played Kingdom Hearts.
So Prince gets cursed and turns into a beast, and
He needs
basically kidnaps, or not kidnaps, but holds a person prisoner, who in this case is Emma Watson.
Mm-hmm.
And the two eventually fall in love, and their love breaks the curse, and the beast turns back to a man.
Uh-huh. What if she didn't like the white man, but she just wanted a beast?
That's okay. That's what I'm getting at.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
So she's dancing with this now clean-shaven, very much hairless. Well, not completely hairless. He had like regular hair,
Oh, yeah.
but like regular person.
The perfect Aryan. No.
Exactly. Yeah, it was the perfect.
Yeah,
Aryan.
he does look like that. He looks like he would be like, no offense to Jewish people, but he'd be Hitler's protege.
You managed to do it, man.
Continue.
What was that law I mentioned last podcast where Hitler gets brought up?
Oh, yeah!
It just happened now.
God damn it, you were right. Well, go ahead.
So they're dancing, and then Emma Watson just stops and looks the beast in the eye and says, "I think you should grow out your beard." And then the person playing the beast goes, "Rawr."
Ew.
That happened? And I was so uncomfortable. It's like, I guess Emma Watson really did love the beast, like, find the beast more
she didn't like him at all. She wanted the beast. Did they? No, I know. Did they do it? When he was a beast? That's
I wonder.
Nasty. That's like having sex with a dog. Red Rocket.
Well, maybe it's more because he's kind of like a minotaur looking kind of dude, I guess. Maybe it's more a bull's dick.
True. We gotta. There's only one group of people who I know who would know the answer to this, and that's Funhouse.
Emma Watson?
Oh, Funhouse. Because I know for a fact they searched up Beauty and the Beast Rule 34, and they've also searched up Minotaur Rule 34. On two separate videos. In the Minotaur one, they were like, "Whoa, that's cool." And James,
in the labyrinth and shit.
James was like, "Man, I want to print that up and put that on my wall." I was like, "Ew, Jesus Christ."
This podcast sponsored by Funhouse.
This podcast sponsored by Bull Penis. Or something like that. I wish this podcast was sponsored by Funhouse, because that would probably mean that I'm an affiliate of some sort. Rooster Teeth, please, if you're watching.
Make some of that Rooster Teeth money, yeah.
Yeah. Please. No. That would be cool, though. I would love to get picked up by Rooster Teeth, but I doubt the chances of that happening are like slim to none.
You doubt the chances of that happening are slim to none? I agree. I think
exactly. Wink, wink. I didn't phrase anything wrong. That's how I meant to say it. I don't know. But that's nasty. I don't understand why Emma Watson would want that. You know, actually, I got a story about that Beauty and the Beast. So, I was looking at, like, you know how it's all CG. It wasn't actually a real beast. Sorry to break the news to you, Paul. But
it's actually a real beast. A real talking candle.
Nick, they found it in the woods. No, but it was all CG, and I saw a photo of it before they actually put any of the animation on anything. And the dude who was Beast was literally just like this big white guy. He might have even been just the actor. Mm-hmm. I'm not too sure. But he had like this suit on, a green screen suit, except it was gray, so it would stand out apart from the green. And he looked so puffy, like the Michelin Man. And then he had this giant square block sitting up like a foot or two above his head, so because Beast is really tall. And I was like, props to Emma Watson for not laughing while delivering any of those lines, because I would not be able to come out there for 1 second without laughing. I saw the picture and started laughing. I wasn't even at the location and I was laughing. And I don't know. I feel like that's kind of crazy how how she was able to do that. I don't know. Well, I mean, then again, she was a wizard.
Yeah, you gotta figure she had practice in Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You know, half that shit was green screen.
True. It's not like they were actually at Hogwarts.
I went Gwarp or where the fuck that Hagrid's brother was when she picked her up.
Oh, yeah.
Ain't no real giant doing that.
Hey, you don't know. You don't know. That could have been... Did you know Hagrid's actually pretty short? He's like 5'9", 5'10".
That's funny, actually.
They just made him look tall through magic.
They just put the camera at his feet and pointed it up.
Yeah, the only magic
so
here
cool.
is camera magic.
Movie magic.
Did you hear Harry Potter's actually 20 years old now?
What do you mean?
Like the story came out in 97, the book.
Oh.
20 years ago, Harry Potter was born into the universe. That's insane.
That is insane.
That is insane.
I don't remember when I started reading the books.
Did you? I doubt you started reading them in 97.
I doubt I did too. I'd be 3.
Yeah, 3-ish, 4-ish, 5, 6. No, 3. Yes, 3. I can't count. I still don't read books. The last book I read was like in senior year of high school, or maybe junior year. It was junior year, and it was Stephen King's The Talisman. And it was good. That's all I have to say about that. It was really good. You should read it. I mean,
I read Cell. You gave me Cell to read.
Did you like it?
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't bad. I feel like... So I saw the movie that recently came out, like, last year. They made, like, one of those low-budget movies. And it had that famous actor in it from Better Off Dead. I can't remember his name, but he's from Chicago. And he was in it, and he was the main character. He played Clayton Riddle. And they changed the end of the movie drastically, because I feel like they do that with Stephen King movies a lot. And I don't know. The movie was garbage. I can't remember what happened at the end of the book. I think he found his zombie son. Spoilers. Oh, I already said the spoiler. Anyways, he found his zombie son, and then he put the cell phone up to his ear to see maybe if he could change him back, and then it just ended. I think that's how the book ended.
I think you're right.
Yeah, in the movie, it showed like there was an explosion or something, and then you're like, oh wow, yeah, he killed all the zombies. But then you like go...
The explosion, a tile car went up, and I was like, directed by Michael Bay.
And then it went... Do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Then Optimus Prime rolled across the screen.
Yeah. But no, there was just like a giant circle of zombies walking around a tower, and Clayton Riddle turned into one. And I was like, wow, what a shitty ending. What a shitty ending. Why didn't they just stick to the original? That ending was actually pretty good. But, I don't know. You remember the Creep Show?
Oh, yeah, I remember Creep Show.
Was that the name? Do you remember the meteor one? The meteor, where the meteor came to Earth?
Somewhat.
So a meteor came to Earth, and the guy who was actually the actor was Stephen King, and he went out and like touched it and burned his finger, and then moss. Huh? I think you lagged out, Paul. Anyways, there was technical difficulties. Paul dropped out of the call for a second, but now he's back in it. I'm saying, do you remember there was a meteor that the thing hit, and then Stephen King turned into a moss man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, now I might be wrong, and I could be making stuff up, and more than likely I am wrong. But apparently, Pennywise, the clown, came from outer space from a meteor, and people are theorizing that it was that meteor. I don't know if that's probably wrong. I probably made that up. But that's about that.
Nah, Pennywise came from space. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, he's part of the Dooku now, the Dark Cinematic Univinematic. What? What the fuck am I saying?
I'm having a stroke.
Yes, I'm having a stroke. And that is the worst movie on the face of... Wait, that's not a movie.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
Is that a movie?
Oh, yeah. Have you seen that movie?
There's like 12,000 of them, isn't there?
I don't know. There's one that I know of.
I thought there was 8 of them.
It's so bad.
Yeah, that's a terrible movie. Do you remember when they took Jason to space in Jason X?
No, what the fuck?
You never saw Jason X? Oh, it was so bad.
No.
There's one scene where he's like, "Yes, Jason is in space now," and everyone's like, "Oh, okay." And then,
Fucking leave him in space. Why is that an issue?
and
I feel like I'd be like, good.
one of the kills is the girls next to a bunch of what's the liquid that's so cold that if you dip a rose into it, it turns into like glass, kind of? Hydrogen?
Liquid nitrogen.
Nitrogen, yeah, hydrogen. Liquid
So
nitrogen.
hydrogen would have to be very, very cold as well.
Okay, well, anyways, he took her head and he just dunked her in liquid nitrogen, and then he pulled her out and he smashed her head against the counter and it exploded. I was like, oh my god, this movie is awesome? Question mark? Yeah. My god.
I had a teacher in a high school. He was showing us liquid nitrogen, like how cool it was.
Yeah.
And it's so liquid nitrogen is so cold because in order for nitrogen is a gas at room temperature, so it needs to be kept super chilled to be liquid.
Uh-huh.
Just like how, if you have water at room temperature, you need to freeze it to get it cold.
Yeah, so its compounds are just degrees lower.
So he was showing us that if you just poured a bunch down the stairs, as it went down the stairs, it evaporated and looked like he was pouring like smoke down the stairs.
Uh-huh.
So he started pouring some down, but then he realized there was a rug at the bottom of the stairs.
Uh-oh.
He didn't the school's rug. Like, you guys didn't see me do this.
I could see like the principal thinking like, finally, we got a new rug.
Fun too, because like the edges of the carpet would like curl in as it froze.
Oh my god. Did they completely destroy the carpet?
Mm-hmm.
That's nasty. Did he shatter it? Would you dip your hand in liquid nitrogen for $2 million?
$2 million. That's basically saying.
Would you like to lose your hand for $2 million? Hell no. That's the answer, Paul. You don't do nothing for money. You're not a prostitute.
One of those robotic prosthetic hands.
Yeah, well, it costs $3 million. I'm $1 million in debt, and all I needed to do was lose my hand. That's the American system right there. Jesus Christ. Did you? My dad.
How much is a prosthetic arm?
How much is a prosthetic arm? Are you searching this up?
Yep.
Okay. It's gonna be like prosthetic arm, $18 billion. That seems a bit pricey. I bet you can. Well, technically, Paul, you can make a prosthetic arm for free at home with just like a stick. You know what I mean?
I want a fucking stick.
You could shove your Nintendo Switch.
I want like a robot hand that can control and shit.
You could just put your Nintendo Switch in your arm. Golden.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah. It has two little remotes on the side that detach. You just take one of those little things, bloop, and then you're golden. And they even charge. They're Wi-Fi. They're Bluetooth. It was amazing. I don't know if this is true or not, but my dad was telling me that the federal government said Illinois can't do the participate in the giant lotteries anymore. So now if you want to do like the Mega Millions, you have to go to like Indiana to buy a ticket. Because we're so bankrupt that they were like, no. And I'm like, that's unfair. You're bankrupt too, America. That's bullshit.
Wait, what do you mean? We're like the people of Illinois are so bankrupt?
No, like because our state is so bankrupt and corrupt that we're not allowed to participate in the lottery anymore. Like we can still do our Illinois lotteries, but like the one that's like multiple states, like
you gotta figure like the state only benefits from having the lottery, though, right?
Well, that's what one would think, right?
I think because all people are losing money because they're stupid. You gotta imagine all those lottery ticket sales help the state.
True.
I don't know.
But then again, I'm not too sure. My dad just told me this. But then, but also, once again, we're the same state that 4th of July weekend, I was reading more than 100 people were shot, and 15 of those people died. That's a lot of shootings over the weekend. And I'm just
You think they did it because they can disguise the gunfire as...
Yeah, I could just imagine someone sitting there. He's like, I just gotta wait for that firework to explode. Bah!
Because I'm not gonna lie, if I had a gunshot going off my window on the 4th, I would not have assumed gunshot. I've been like, oh, it's another firework.
Yeah, until you hear, veer! Bullet flies by your ear. Oh my god, I was shot by a bottle rocket.
So I looked it up, and an advanced myoelectric arm controlled by muscle movements with a functioning artificial hand can range up from $20,000 to $100,000. So that's still $1.9 million you got.
Oh, well, that's not too bad. I suppose it's worth it. But, okay, you know how sometimes robots malfunction? And, like, let's say you're trying to, like, drink a can of soda, and then you're...
I thought you were going to go with masturbate. I'm so glad you
Well,
went
I was about to, Paul. I was going to start with the soda, start off a little bit, you know, mellow.
Lead up to it?
Yeah, exactly.
No, let's just go right in.
And then you're drinking the soda and then crush. Well, imagine you're masturbating. You know, you're a little bit fappity this way, a little bit of the fappity fap that way. And then,
this way and that way. How many directions do you go when you do it?
as many as you want. That's the magical thing. And so you're just doing that, and then the arm malfunctions, it just squeezes it. And then you don't have a... But then, you still have like 1.9 million. You could get a prosthetic penis.
Oh.
How much does that cost?
I'm looking up penis transplant.
Penis transplant. Can you get like a... Wait, did I talk about this in the last podcast? Can you get a double dick? I was talking about this with you at some point. It might have been when we were in the car. Just like a penis right on top of your penis.
I don't know if science is like taking us to the double dick yet.
One of these days we'll get there. I believe in us as Americans. I don't know. It was so weird having... Because the lead singer... I know this is going back because I said American. The lead singer of the Guess Who, he was from Canada. And he made that song American Woman. And I was like, oh, okay. And then he was like, Happy 4th of July. And I was like, huh, this is getting a little bit fishy. And then he was like, he sang our national anthem. And I was like, I don't know if you're Canadian. I think you're lying to us. That sounds like something someone who's American that wants you to think they're Canadian would say. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't. I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Any news on that prosthetic penis? I don't even think that exists.
Well, I think penis transplants have happened.
Really? Well, I know that there's been stories of like a man who got his penis like cut off and then got it reattached, but I don't know if it'll ever feel the same. You know how they say once you've had a C-section, you can never give birth naturally? You always have to have a C-section?
Not true.
Is that true? I don't know if that's true.
I think that's true. If you have a C-section once, I think you have to do it again.
And did you tell me you've had C-sections?
No, but I know a lot about this shit.
Well, anyways, let's assume that is true.
Guys, we have sources. Mandy knows a lot about shit.
Okay, okay, Mandy, go ahead.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
This is your podcast.
Watch that language.
Go ahead, Randy, go ahead.
No, I'm just telling you that that's not true. There's nothing else.
I'm looking it up.
Look it up right now. Well, anyways, considering that is true, imagine if it was the same for your penis transplant and you were going to come and then your penis just exploded off. Because I heard like the muscles are now weak there on your stomach, so if you're going to give birth, if you try to do it naturally, because it's like that, there's a chance that the baby's just going to rip through your stomach like an alien from the movie Alien. Wah! That would be the noise that the baby made.
Oh, okay. According to Google, if you had a cesarean delivery, also called a C-section, before, you may be able to deliver your next baby vaginally, not vaginally. And get this. They have this cool scientific name for it. Are you ready? Vaginal birth after cesarean.
Whoa! Who came up with that?
Also shortened as VBAC.
Oh, the VBAC. Yeah. I be getting VBACs all the time. It was awkwardly quiet after that. Wait, but Does it say anything about sometimes you have to have a C-section again?
Well, I'm sure sometimes you have to.
Well,
It probably depends on how, like...
if it was a dramatic, I really can't think of the word right now. But if it was a traumatic birth.
If it was a dramatic birth, the baby's coming.
The baby pops out to me!
Oh, it's really like recommended. A lot of people have to have C-sections because it could be too traumatic for the mother and the child.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think it's probably kind of like a case by case basis.
Oh, okay. Have you ever seen the movie Akira? It's like it's like an anime from the 80s that's like a movie. Well, I feel like being born is like giving birth to a universe.
That sounds painful.
Yeah.
Do you like Big Bang them out?
Yeah. Pop! I like to think that's the noise that it makes.
All the matter in your uterus compresses to the size of a period and explodes outwards.
Yeah, wow. That's impressive. I never thought of it like that, but now... What are we talking about?
I don't know. So I was at the zoo, and I saw a sign that said birds often have to flip over their eggs so the baby doesn't, like, float to the bottom and either float to the bottom or float to the top, and then, like, if they stay there too long, they, like, grow and fuse into the side of the egg.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I was wondering, if you're, like, a kid in the womb, and you just, like, stick your foot out and press it against the uterus long enough, would you eventually just fuse with it?
Or what if you just lay on your stomach the whole pregnancy for 9 months? What?
You're not supposed to lay on your stomach while you're
You're
pregnant.
not supposed to smoke! Yeah, people do that!
Yeah, true.
Yeah, true.
You're not supposed to leave your eggs on one side either, but birds don't do that. Or wait. That made no
Yes.
sense.
And those birds die, Nick.
Rest in peace, those birds. Rest in peace, those birds. My mom, I hung out with my mom the other day, and she said at her work somebody stepped on a bird. I said, shouldn't it have been in the sky? Like the bird swooped under her foot just as the lady was stepping down, and then my mom said the bird was like, ah, ah! And then the mother bird was there, and the mother bird was like, my baby.
So at work, I kind of had a weird realization.
Yeah.
You can fly down about as well as a bird can fly down. A bird can sure as hell fly up as good as you.
Or
But,
better.
like, you're going to race a bird to the ground. You'd probably win, actually.
Well, I thought things fell at the same rate. Like if you
In a vacuum, yeah.
in a vacuum, okay, but not in like reality or like in real time.
In real time, over short distances, most of the ground the same size time.
But,
Drop a piece of paper down, you'll like see it flutter, right?
Uh-huh.
That's because of air resistance.
Okay,
So
but
like the more spread out you are, you hit more air particles as you fall, so you have more air resistance, right?
uh-huh.
That's why if you crumple up the piece of paper, it falls down.
faster, yeah.
It falls down fine.
Okay, but then that would make
But,
you would think that something
Also, if
smaller
you're heavier though,
Uh-huh.
so the heavier you are and the less spread out you are, you technically would fall faster with air resistance. In the vacuum, it doesn't matter. But if you're falling through something, the more spread out you are and the lighter you are, the slower you will fall compared to something that is more like compact and heavy.
Oh, okay. You know what's bullshit?
Since you're significantly heavier than a bird, you're probably better at flying down than a bird.
True. I've been trying to tell my dad this for years, and I know I'm wrong, but I still argue it because it makes him mad. That if you were to jump off the Sears Tower, and you had a piece of cardboard under you, and you were falling, or let's say a wooden board, and by the time you got like right above the earth, you jumped off the board, you'd be fine.
That is so wrong.
You'd be completely fine.
Alright, yeah, you'd just be fine.
That's what I've been trying to tell him for
Yeah.
years, and he won't listen to me.
Perfectly fine.
Did you know that if you throw an ant off the Sears Tower, it'll survive?
I believe that.
I don't know. I just made that up, but it seems right.
Because we're fat as fuck. So in a vacuum, even if you fall at the same speed, you'd still hit the ground. Heavier things still hit the ground harder because they're heavier.
Yeah. That's
Gravity
weird.
is a stronger pull. So gravity doesn't have a stronger pull. That's not true. But so I think an ant's light enough that it doesn't hit the ground with enough force to die. I might be wrong about that. Something else for me to look up.
Okay, you know what? I just have to say, gravity's bullshit. Gravity, like everyone's like, but that's how gravity works. I'm like, but gravity's different on every planet, so shut up. Pisses me off. When we do get to the point of like intergalactic travel and all that nonsense, you know how much formulas we're gonna have to have? Like, well, I'm going to this planet, so I gotta compensate for this gravity. I'm gonna be so pissed. My God. I'll be able to handle that. But I was saying, like, if you drop a bowling ball and then you drop a golf ball from the atmosphere to the earth, do you think the bowling ball would land first?
Hold on, say that again?
If I had a bowling ball and a golf ball and I dropped them both from as high as I could go, let's just say from the atmosphere, plummeting to earth, the bowling ball hypothetically should hit before the golf ball.
I believe that'd be correct, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, my science teacher's a liar.
Well, like...
I actually don't remember what she taught me. So
if there was no air, she'd be right. They hit the ground at the same time, but there is air, so...
So the bowling ball would slice through the air faster because it weighs a lot more? Okay. Because what is it? Something...
It would, yeah. The air wouldn't be able to push up on it as easily. Because the weight of the bowling ball counteracts the force of the heavy bowling ball falling down counteracts the force of the air pushing up on it.
That's insane in the men brain.
So the bowling ball should have a higher terminal velocity.
Uh-huh.
Terminal velocity is when the force of the air pushing up matches the force of gravity pulling you down, so you don't get any faster. You stay at the same constant speed.
Okay.
So the bowling ball, I think, would have a higher terminal velocity than the golf ball. I imagine both would reach terminal velocity before they hit the ground.
Okay. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right.
Crazy.
All right.
Physics, man.
Physics are stupid. Exactly. But I think we're all out of time for this podcast. It's been like an hour and something. Do you have any?
Physics, please tell us how we're all.
Yeah. Exactly. If you like physics, you could go physically contract an STD. What? Thank you all so much for watching.
Smash that like button if you got HIV.
If you have HIV, hit that like button.
I think this podcast really derailed at the end.
It did really derail at the end. That's okay. It's podcast number 10, and that's how it was supposed to happen. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Tune in next week for episode 11.
Guys. Thank you for watching for 10 fucking episodes.
10 in a row.
I don't know what you guys are doing with your lives.
We're announcing
I don't
right
know what
now.
you're doing with your lives either.
This is the last episode. No, I'm joking. This is it. We'll see you next week for episode 11 of the BROMOCAST. And that's it. Do you have any final thoughts, Paul?
Bye.
Bye.